Hi guys, my name is Lucia and welcome back to another video in my series Make Up Your Mind, where I talk about makeup related things I have made my mind up about. If you've missed any video in this series, I will link my playlist down below. Today I'm going to be talking about makeup products no one cared about in 2018. I did the same video for 2017 and this was actually the very video that inspired this entire series that then kind of really took off, and I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for the year of 2018. Most of you guys are from that year, and just for all of the support and dialogue that has come from this series, I did want to make a disclaimer for this video, and that is this. When I say no one cared about these products, let's take that more figuratively, because I think there's always someone who cares about every product, but the point of this video isn't to bash brands or to cause drama. It's to make us consciously aware of just how many things came out in 2018, because most of these products I don't think are bad. I just think that they didn't stick. There are so many things that came out this year, and if you don't believe me, try finding January of 2018 through Trend Mood. I was scrolling for so long, you actually would not believe it. And when I scrolled through, there were a bunch of things that I remember coming out, but there were a bunch of things that I have no memory of, so let's get right on into it. The first thing is the MAC Power Kiss lipstick. I actually do remember when this came out, and I did see some swatch videos on this from people who got sent the whole collection. It came out in October. The whole purpose of this lipstick is that it's a matte lipstick, but the MAC matte lipsticks are known to be pretty uncomfortable. So this one is supposed to be more of a powder formula on your lips. It's supposed to feel like a balm or a powder finish. And I saw ShanXO do a video on this when it first came out. As far as I could tell, besides the big people who did swatches of the entire collection, I didn't see many day-to-day people go out and be super excited about this new collection and buy just one of them that they thought was their favorite. I've talked about this a lot on my channel already, how MAC used to be kind of the standard for what was best, especially with lipstick. You know, it was how many MAC lipsticks do you have, or my MAC lipstick collection, and they don't pack that punch the way they used to, and I think that it wasn't, oh my god, MAC is coming out with a new lipstick, it was just another lipstick release. I never really see people now picking up the new Powder Kiss lipsticks, honestly, unless it's a sponsored video. I'm sure many people do enjoy them. I would actually be interested to try these because I really like MAC lipstick, but in terms of packing that punch of a release, this didn't really have that. Also, when I went to ShanXO's video where she did all the lip swatches, all of the top comments were about how good she looked and not about how people wanted the lipstick. And when I scrolled through the comments, a lot of people did say this lipstick looks nice, but most of the comments that I saw were not about the lipstick, which I think goes to show, as opposed to 7 years ago, it would have been, oh my god, I can't wait to get this shade, that shade looks so good, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't really geared towards that. People don't have that same die-hard excitement for MAC that they used to. The second thing is the Benefit Brow Contour Pro 4-in-1 Defining and Highlighting Pencil. I have talked about Benefit products before that I think are gimmicky. This falls somewhere in the middle for me. It isn't quite as gimmicky as that one swipe eyeshadow thing that's supposed to make your eyeshadow blend seamlessly or whatever that claims to do. This is one of those pens that you used to get at the arcades where it had every color and you could click down what color you want. This is like the same idea. There's 4 different shades and you're supposed to click down and then twist up and that shade appears. I did not see a single person talking about this. When I went on the Ulta website, it actually had pretty solid reviews, but I truly think that most people did not get past the gimmicky factor of it. When I see those pens, I remember that they used to break. They never used to work. You would have those pens for like 1 or 2 days and then you try to put the green shade down and it wouldn't work. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a picture of those actual pens that used to exist. They probably still do somewhere. I do see the Pixie Woo channel talking about a product like this. It's not the Benefit Brow product, it's a different eyeliner product, but it's in this same type of pen clicking situation. I don't know who came out with that first. I don't know if it was the other brand or if it was Benefit, but I question again and again why Benefit comes out with these gimmicky type products when people really rely on their solid brow products that are not gimmicky, that actually work. I just don't know how this can top those products, and it honestly seems like a waste of time. The next one is Kat Von D everything because wow, this was quite the year for the Kat Von D drama, and I would say every year is a pretty big year for Kat Von D drama, but this just tops them all. I have said before on my channel how I am not going to get into the drama as my personal self because it just doesn't really seem necessary to me. I tend to disassociate people from the actual makeup products that I'm talking about, but apparently I am in the extreme minority because as soon as she said that she was not vaccinating her child, the internet lost their mind. If you go on Trend Mood, any post about Kat Von D, it's actually people yelling at Trend Mood for even supporting her, even though it's Trend Mood's job to report on new makeup. So I don't see that as supporting her, but I wanted to talk about some of the new things. She has a Lolita collection, which has the Lolita eyeshadow palette, which actually looks super, super beautiful, but I have seen no one talk about it because it's terrifying. If you talk about Kat Von D now online, it's like, oh, you're an anti-vaxxer, I see how it is. Like, it's not about the makeup anymore, it's about the politics of Kat Von D. It's the same way that if you openly say, I watched Jeffree Star, you get in trouble. Even though he has like 11 million subscribers, you still get in trouble if you say that. If you say, I own Kat Von D or I'm supporting Kat Von D, you get in trouble. And you don't have to specifically say, I'm supporting it. Just buying the makeup or even keeping her makeup in your collection. I know that this year, a ton of people decluttered everything they owned that was Kat Von D because they were so appalled by her that even seeing her name on their products was too much. So yeah, if you go on her recently released page, she has a pink liquid eyeliner that is in the Lolita collection. She has a Lolita, I'm not sure if it's a liquid lipstick or a gloss, but that's in the collection. She has some candles. I know she released that chunky glittery highlighter thing that just no matter what she released, all the comments were, how dare you, oh my god, I hate you, never release anything again. And so yeah, I think that's probably the biggest one that no one cared about in 2018 was like every Kat Von D release. The next one is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation, and hear me out here because when this first came out, everybody cared about it. I saw a ton of videos about this. There was a big controversy because Trend Mood posted a picture of the shade range, and some of the middle shades on the 4th row, which were supposed to be the deepest, looked bright orange, and Trend Mood was getting attacked for this, even though it was unclear as to whether it was a filter or the shade was just really wrong. I know Jeffree Star did a big video on this and a lot of other people. The reason this foundation is in this video is because after that controversy came out, after the review videos were made about it, I never heard it talked about again. And when you look at people's foundation collections now, I don't see that foundation. Do you see that foundation? When people are talking about new foundations they want to pick up, I have never even seen that foundation in a store. Like even when I go to Sephora, I have never seen that. It just goes to my point of the fact that it's just one of those things that was thrown at the wall and it didn't stick. It did have a lot of hype, but the hype died down as quickly as it came up. It is not talked about anymore. I would be really interested to know if any of you have tried it, if you have it in your collection. What do you think of it? Because I truly have not heard it talked about in months. And I think that can justify that no one cared about it if people aren't still talking about it. It didn't stick enough to become a favorite. Now obviously it's bound to be someone's favorite. Some people still have to care about it, but the vast majority of people are not talking about it. I'd like to call all of your attention to just how many palettes came out this year. I already dared you to scroll through Trend Mood through the 2018 year and see how many posts there were. But I dare you to see how many eyeshadow palettes there were, and not just eyeshadow palettes, blush palettes, highlighter palettes, contour palettes are not a thing anymore. I haven't seen any of those, but the blush, highlighter, and eyeshadow palettes, there's just so many of them, and a lot of them I do remember. I will be honest, I remember more than I expected. I expected more of them to go under the radar, but a lot of them were really hyped. But I wrote down some that, at least for me and the people I watch, I did not see the hype and I have not heard about since they came out. Here are just a couple. The Lime Crime Venus XL palette, I think they're now coming out with a second one of these palettes. I actually didn't hear about this when it came out, and I looked it up, and Obviously, there are a ton of reviews on it, but I have not heard anyone talk about this. It's not any sort of holy grail palette that people are saying is a staple in your collection. Anything that was released from NARS this year in terms of eyes or face, I really believe is something that no one really cared about for more than 3 seconds. NARS releases all kind of look the same to me, and then when they're gone, they're gone. No one actually remembers what they were. It's just that in the moment they felt so hyped that you felt like you had to get them. There was an Ofra highlighting palette. They released so many different palettes with magnets and different forms and such. I didn't even know this one came out. There was a Juvia's Place mini palette. Did you know that? I did not know that. All their bigger palettes definitely stick. They're definitely cult classics, but at least for me, I feel like this little one just kind of got lost in the mix. It was pretty small. The packaging is similar to the larger palette that it's based off of, and yeah, I just think it got lost. The Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Foil palette. This is a highlighter palette. Did not know this came out. Was scrolling through Trendmood and I was like, what is that? I truly did not know this was ever a thing. There were some Viseart palettes that I have never seen people talk about since they came out, like the Libertine palette, the Grand Pro Volume 2. The thing with palettes is that they're all so hyped for 0.3 seconds to the point where it feels like you must buy them. You must have that palette, you must fit in, but then 2 weeks after you get that palette, no one is talking about it because there's too many palettes to keep up. So the big beauty gurus who have to review all this stuff, they don't have the time to focus on all of the palettes that are coming out, and it leaves the consumer left in the dust because as soon as they even get that palette in the mail, it's already old news. Next is the Kylie Cosmetics Single Shadows. Again, I'm sure that a lot of people did reviews on this, but just in general, I don't think Kylie Cosmetics is as hyped as it used to be, and I don't think many people were so excited that this had the single shadows. Kylie Cosmetics was pretty late to the trend. Single shadows were pretty popular like 3 years ago. Colourpop brought them back because MAC and Makeup Geek were like the OG single shadow people, but then when all these colorful palettes that were not just neutral palettes started to come out, single shadows kind of fell to the bottom a little bit, and then Colourpop started to release all these new single shadows, and at least I believe that's what brought back the single shadow game. You're welcome to disagree if you want, but I think it was Colourpop. Kylie Cosmetics was just kind of late. Now, I know she has to add that to her arsenal of stuff, but I don't think it was anything so overly impressive. We all have magnetic palettes with single shadows already. I saw this article, I can't remember if one of you guys sent it to me or someone on a Facebook page sent it to me, but it was about how Kylie Cosmetics might not actually be as successful as we think they are for the long term. Take Fenty Beauty, for example. Fenty Beauty and Kylie Cosmetics are both produced by famous people, but with Fenty Beauty, aside from the name Fenty, it's not about Rihanna, it's about the products. Kylie Cosmetics is specifically about Kylie. It's about her life, about her kid, about everything she does. It's only as popular as her name is, and I think that we saw in this year that eventually her brand will not do as well as these other brands because it's not so exciting anymore. I don't know, I did not see that many people talking about her brand this year, and I'd be interested to see where her brand goes in the future. The last product I'm going to talk about is from The Balm. There are plenty of more things I could have talked about in this video, but I'm going to end with The Balm Take Home Bronzer. It was an anti-orange bronzer. I really liked the concept of this. I was in the market for an anti-orange bronzer when this came out, and I considered buying this. I didn't buy it, but I considered it. Now, for The Balm, I think this one was pretty hyped because I cannot remember the last time that The Balm was a hyped brand. Years and years ago, when I started to watch YouTube and I started to get into the makeup community, The Balm was very well known, but now not so much. So I do think this got a bit of traction, and I think it was well deserved because I do like the brand, but it was just one of those things. Does anyone talk about this anymore? When it first came out, there were some videos. I saw it in some Will I Buy It. I saw some people, mainly PR, who got it, but some people did reviews. I saw a lot of Instagram posts, but do you see anyone talk about this? I never see this in collection videos, haul videos. It's just one of those things that got thrown to the wall and it did not stick. And again, that is what I'm trying to get across in this video. I want you to be very, very aware the next time you think you're gonna miss out on the hype of something or you need to have something, just remember that so few things actually stick. Alright guys, that was everything for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you again for a really exciting 2018. I am so pumped for 2019. Let me know what other products came out that you think people didn't care about, or if some of these products were super hyped and I got it totally wrong. I would love to hear from you guys, but that is everything from me. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!